All right, y'all, it's my time. So, as you all know, 4 months ago, I started sharing studies and data on what's going on right now with the result of the pandemic that we're in. At first, I got some pushback. Now I'm getting more acceptance on it. And I want to make something clear that when I started sharing these studies, I made a commitment to myself and others that I would only share studies from medical journals, Harvard, Oxford, etc. So that if people didn't agree with that, I had peace of mind knowing that that's a self-reflection of themselves that is an issue, because they're not willing to be open-minded and think critically upon the data from some of the best medical journals in the world. So my entire life, and people that know me know that I've always been the one in the group to challenge the status quo, speak up, and question authority when appropriate. And I understand that not everyone is comfortable with that, and I realize that through how I grew up and the environments and confrontations I was in, I've been domesticated to these kind of situations and confrontations. So it's time that I make my video on this and speak my piece. And I thought about maybe sharing a whole bunch of the data and the science behind it, but as you all know, I'm not really a scientist. I'm not a medical doctor. So I wanted to speak on the side of morality that I'm seeing. So one thing that I find confusing is that I hear people saying that, you know, if you don't wear a mask, if you don't socially distance, you're killing other people, you don't care about their lives, all lives, everyone's life matters in this moment. Well, it's interesting because there are 227,000 cases right now in Ontario, surgeries that have been postponed. Do their lives not matter to you? Children from the age of 5 to 15 are 10 times more likely to commit suicide than die from the coronavirus. Do their lives not matter to you? Germany posted the biggest study ever done on 30,000 kids. 68% reported decreases in happiness. 52% increases in anxiety. Okay? 48% increases in depression. So 10% increase in suicidal thoughts. We have a suicide health line in Canada. There has been an increase in this pandemic of 4 million calls from children. Children. Do their lives not matter? Do they? Because if they do, why aren't you speaking up? It's not a novelty or a small occurrence anymore. This is dramatic. And it's time to speak up on these things. And I'm going to call some people out. And I'm not going to be loved for it maybe, but this is my piece in my mind and my opinion. I see all over social media, all over Instagram, mental health advocate in bios. Like it's this new thing, like it's this virtual signaling that you are above and you're amazing because you're a mental health advocate. How many posts have you made or shared in your story highlighting the abuse that our children have to live through every single day? You're not a mental health advocate. You're a mental health advocate inconvenienced to look good in the public eye. Real mental health advocates, real leaders, they speak up in these times. There are videos of children in masks outside being separated by chalks on the ground. There has been one case out of 120 million to date of an outdoor transmission. They have a 0% chance of getting COVID outside, 0. And they are being forced to wear masks where they are feeling socially isolated. You need face-to-face connection with kids for child development, for their minds. Do their lives not matter to you? If they do matter, and you are a mental health advocate, or you are in a position of leadership, why aren't you stepping up? Why aren't you speaking on this? Is your own image and brand and self-reflection and your opinion on what strangers that don't even give a fuck about you think about you more important than the children right now? And then you question me and other people that aren't wearing masks when we know there's no statistical differences in any place in the world that have masks or don't. You know what I do? For me, I take care of my immune system. I train 3 hours a day. I'm out in the sun. I meditate. I take vitamin D. I take very care of my sleep and my nutrition. My immune system strength is far more protective of others in society, of the vulnerable population, of the obese, and of the elderly than a mask and social distancing in public ever will be. There's a story on CBC in our country, in Canada, a supposed free country, where they removed the door handles off of long-term healthcare off their doors so they couldn't leave their bedrooms and isolate. Do their lives not matter? There are 80-year-olds right now that can't see their family. And they are in interviews and they are saying that they rather die from the coronavirus than not be able to see their family. Do their lives not matter to you? 40% of all small businesses in Ontario said that we are not going to be able to survive this lockdown. We're going to have to close forever. Every job is essential, and anyone who says it's not, I am no longer doing business with you. I am no longer going to do any promotion or any event with you ever. An income is required to feed their families, their kids, and provide a safe and nurturing environment. Do their lives not matter to you? And I really hope that by me almost being condescending with these questions and aggressive is going to make you self-reflect on what is going on right now. And realize that there are far more worse outcomes from the government tyranny, draconian measures that are happening right now in our society. Overdoses. People are overdosing in extreme amounts. Mental health centers and therapists and areas where you can go to seek help are so overwhelmed you can't get service. Do their lives not matter to you? We have the highest unemployment rate in the G7. Every percentage of an increase of unemployment rate causes an increase in suicides and overdoses. Does their lives not matter to you? Because they matter to me. I will not wear a mask. I will not socially distance in public. I will be caring and empathetic towards others. But it's a point where I've chosen leaving a life of happiness and inner peace to live in a place where sometimes there's war in my head. As a coach and an athlete, I didn't sign up for this. I did not sign up to have athletes calling me at 3 a.m. in tears saying they don't know what to do. I have a couple of people that are close to me that are super happy that are now suicidal. My phone is on 24/7. I'm answering these calls. I'm helping people. I didn't sign up for this. But the people who have signed up for this role aren't doing it. Do their lives not matter to you? Because they do to me. All right, I'll leave it on this, is that at some point, we got to fight and take a stance. And people keep asking me, well, how? It's called united non-compliance, right? The government's role throughout history is to work for us, not the other way around, right? We outpopulate them by dramatic numbers for a reason. So if every single person took off a mask and opened their business tomorrow, this pandemic ends instantly. And the government will change their narrative to make it look like they're good. They don't care about you. They care about their votes. Did you know that Doug Ford went from $3 million net worth in 2 years to $50 million? Do you know that he owns Deco Labels, which supplies all the social distancing and COVID labels for all businesses in Ontario? So every time they lock down, he makes more money. Everyone on the Science Health table, you can look this up, it's public information, have seen increases in their salaries and bonuses, while people of lower social economic status or middle social economic status aren't allowed to earn a living and are suicidal, depressed, can't support their families, and they're living in their mansions having fun. They don't give a fuck about you. So it's time that you take a stand, and I hope you guys share this. Because if these lives all matter to you, you will make a stand today, tomorrow, the next day. It's time to stop being sheeps. It's time to be a lion. It's time to stand up for the kids. If you're not going to stand up for anything else, stand up for the fucking kids, man. They're dying. They're struggling right now. It brings tears to my eyes just thinking about it. If anyone has any messages or comments, let me know. And if you don't speak up and you decide to wear a mask and you decide to socially distance, I don't judge you. I respect you and I care for you. But it's time that more and more people start taking a stance for these kids before we lose them forever. Ever. Think about it.